Hey everybody, here Mr. Bryant here with another math lesson for you guys. Hopefully this lesson is kind of a review of angles for you, but I just thought it would be worth clarifying some stuff and making sure that we're all on the same page. So bear with me if you already understand this, but we're going to actually use this to do a couple activities in a lesson. So up here on my screen, you can see that I've created an angle. And this angle, we would name this angle BAC. So hang on, I'm going to have to switch to drawing. Here we go. I don't like red. Okay. So we'd name it angle BAC. Okay, for the 3 points that make up this angle. Point at B, point A, and point C. Now, we could also name this angle CAB. Because we could start with C, and we do C, A, B. The reason that the A is always in the middle is because it's what's known as the vertex of the angle. It's the point closest or where that space is. So where those two rays meet, ray AB and ray AC, they intersect, they meet right here at point A, and so we call that the vertex of the angle. And you guys can see this little gray area in here. That is the actual angle. I'm going to switch back here. So right here, this is our vertex. There's the angle, that gray part right there. Okay, that space in between. Now, I'm going to move these points around a little bit, and you're going to see this number of degrees change as I move it, because the space in between where the two rays meet is getting larger. So now it's up to 73 degrees. Okay, and I could move it. And there it's about almost 90 degrees. Oh, it's hard to get real perfect, but there it is, 90 degrees. And then if I go past that, you can see that it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now it's switched to this other angle down here. But you could still measure around the outside if you wanted to. Okay, so let's go back up here, and I'm gonna make this angle exactly 90 degrees if I can get it there. Okay, it's not wanting me to get it exactly right. That's pretty close. But you can see here it's 90.1. Okay, if it were exactly 90 degrees, and it's pretty close, then we would classify this kind of angle as a right angle. Okay, and you probably have heard that before. Right angle tends to make that L shape. That's how we can recognize it. Okay, and sometimes you'll even see it labeled with a little box right there across the angle, showing you that it's exactly 90 degrees. You can kind of see now it looks like a little square or rectangle in the bottom here, in that corner. Okay, and so 90-degree angle is a right angle is exactly 90 degrees. Now, if I were to shrink our angle a little bit, move point B, okay, I've got 24.6 degree angle, pretty shallow. We call that kind of angle an acute angle. And the best way that I have to remember this is that, small things are always so cute, right? And so a small angle is, you say it's, oh, what an acute angle, right? And that's kind of the easiest way that I've found to remember it. But an acute angle is any angle less than 90 degrees. So this one is much less. This one is less, not quite as less, but it's still an acute angle. Okay? Still an acute angle, even though it's so close to 90 degrees. Let's see how close I can get it. Oh, exactly 90 now? Come on. All right. 88.8. That's still technically an acute angle because it's not exactly 90 degrees. Now, if I were to go to past 90 degrees, okay, you can see here that this space is larger now. And so we call this, oh my, I don't know why I did that. Okay, we call this an acute angle. We call this an obtuse angle. Trying to do too many things at once, guys. Okay, here we go. Any angle that is greater than 90 degrees is called obtuse. Okay? And so this is an obtuse angle. If I continue to move B, that's obtuse, 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 obtuse. All of these are considered obtuse angles. Now, when we get to exactly 180 degrees, if I can get there, again, there we go. Okay, when I get to exactly 180 degrees, you guys can see the little semicircle there, right? That is another kind of angle. Even though it is greater than 90 degrees, okay, we don't call it obtuse. We call this special angle a straight angle. Okay, so just like exactly 90 is called a right angle, it has a special name, exactly 180 degrees is called a straight angle. Okay. And so those are really the four main kinds of angles. Okay, and I want to show you one last thing before I let you go on to the next part of this lesson. But, we get really used to sometimes seeing one flat side of an angle here, and then we've got the angles and we're measuring them this way, right? But angles don't have to be like that. They can also be pointing in different directions. So here we've got an acute angle, except that it's pointing down. Okay, here we've got an obtuse angle. Okay, it's right there, 160.4 degrees. Okay, you can also have straight angles. We're pretty close, right? Oh, that is so close. But you get the idea. So there we can have just about on a straight angle. And we can have angles that open this way, to the left instead of to the right. And so now we've got an obtuse angle, 97.9 degrees. We can even have right angles that are facing different directions. So here we've got 90, I'm trying to get it exactly, but that's going to be as close as I can get it, I think. 90.1 degrees. So that's technically obtuse, but very close to being a right angle, even though it's facing this direction. Okay, I hope you found this review helpful, and I want you to try the next part of the lesson, which is a little bit of a game/sorting activity.